Welcome back to the SKID factory where it's leading up to Christmas time. We're having a bit of a Christmas party today. We've got some frequently asked questions that you guys have answered. I reached out on the social media pages and you guys have sent some questions. And if you're not following us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, give us a follow and a like. There's a bit of content popping up on there.
Maybe they've got a life.
Maybe you do have a life. Maybe you do. Alan doesn't use Instagram, but
sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
Look, I've still got more followers than you.
You do. I don't know how. You ugly bastard. So it is a silly season here. We're not really taking any time off. We've got some builds going on at the moment. Al's got a bit of work on himself, custom builds.
Smokey in the Bandit Trans Am.
We've got some cool cars rocking up today, which we'll see from a lot of friends of ours. We've got the Hoff coming up. Chris Ethel and his little KE. Scott and Tara bringing their Super up, which is a cool car. I'm sure you Americans will love that thing. But the main thing was to answer some frequently asked questions, which you always get asked about. I've got my Gen 1 notepad here. I'm not going to be rude and be on my phone the whole time, but I've just got all the questions here. A lot of people want to know how we met and how this kind of began. So I am a mechanic by trade. I did my apprenticeship at a local dealership here. Shout out to all the boys I did my apprenticeship with. And I then met Al. How did it originally come about? I think I just heckled you. Oh no.
No.
I brought my car to you first up.
Yeah. I fitted a new engine to his S12, a new old engine.
A new old reconditioned. It was a rattle can Rico.
And it was still junk afterwards. But it did run.
Al's serviced my brother's cars and worked on my brother's cars for tens of years. Some of them you don't like. One of them's rocking up today. We'll give you a sneak peek.
Filthy MR2.
And I think I just heckled you having lemon squashes in the afternoon, you and Miles down there.
Eventually. Once you were of some use, after you finished your time, then you used to come and help us in the afternoon and bring beer.
That's it.
Or lemon squash, as it were.
And I did help Alan Miles out a little bit with some work. Just a friendly thing. Hey, can you do a job for me? Yeah, that's fine. You all of a sudden one day convinced me to put a turbo 1UZ into my MX-83 Crusader, which is a cool car. And then it was I've kind of been here ever since, really. I was here every night in the shed working on that thing.
Haven't been able to get rid of him.
That's about it, really. The idea for the videos was originally Marty's idea. I think he just said, hey, you guys are doing some cool stuff in the shed. Why don't you film it? Why don't you make some videos on it? And
so
the Fairlane.
I think then I hatched the idea of doing the Fairlane, using Woody's old engine bits and stuff like that. And Mark was keen because why wouldn't you be? We all just used mostly second-hand parts, stuff. The turbo on that thing has already been used on another engine for 10 years beforehand. Recycled bits and a lot of work. Still going strong.
Still going strong. Well,
does mid-11s.
We'll revisit that thing another day too.
It's pretty bloody quick for an old tank like that. It's a big car.
But it's also nice to drive. It is a really nice car to drive. Cruising car. That'll get revisited soon too. Mark will, when you get some cash behind you, we'll upgrade that turbo, eh? Leading into other questions, following up cars we've owned. Cars we've owned and your favourite car. You've had plenty of cars over the years, Al.
I've had tons of Subarus.
Of your youth, what's your favourite car?
Well, my first car was a Datsun 1000 or a B10 Sunny, they called elsewhere, that I sort of hand-built from a $100 shell. That was a lot of hard work. Wouldn't mind one of them. That was pretty cool. It was like, they weigh like 600 kilos, so.
Hasn't Timmy got one of them? Oh no, sorry, 1600 people.
No, that was a 1600. I had one of them after that. Then I had a Fiat 124 Sport Coupe, a BC model. That was sick.
Wow.
It was actually pretty fancy, that one. And it never broke down, which is very un-Fiat-like.
It's the kind of thing Chopsy would like, isn't it?
Yeah. Then what did I have? VN V8 with a 355 stroker that I built.
Yeah, pretty luxurious car,
I used to blow 4L60s up every time I drove it, which got real old real quick. Then I had a TA22 Celica, which I put a turbo engine in, painted it. That was sick. And I sold that to buy a motorbike, to buy an RMX 250. I should have kept that.
Where is the RMX? Reliving your youth.
Put it under the house.
Keep going. What else? VK.
Then like thousands of Subarus. A few VKs in there.
2JZ, VK, VK45 Turbo, VK, VH45, VH Commodore.
That wasn't mine, that was Faces.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't even get in that wormhole of stuff that I've done for other people.
Anything else? No.
Oh, tons of Subarus.
My first car was a Nissan Exa N12. It's bright orange. Do you remember that? You never saw that thing, did you? It was bright orange that me and my brother went halves in. I think we paid like $800 for it or something. It was a good car to learn on. We did the head gasket on it. Well, sorry, my brother did the head gasket. I kind of just threw some spanners around. This is when I was 14 or 15 years old. My first car from then was a S12 Gazelle, Nissan Gazelle over here in Australia, which was a cool car, good car to learn how to drift and control the car properly.
Didn't work.
Until I went up the arse of someone not paying attention when in the afternoon sun. That happens.
Derp.
Sold that for, I think I swapped that for a PlayStation 3 actually. And then I got myself
Did you get a fish?
Mate, I got the
fish
better
tank and
deal.
some
I got the better
reptiles?
half of that deal. Come on, that was good.
Surely there were some reptiles thrown in.
It was a boost cruising site, dude. I'm not joking.
Yeah, no shit.
I then got a 1985 Toyota Crown MS123, which is a cool car. I blew the 5M up in that, and Al twisted my arm to put a 7M GTE into that thing, which was a cool car. Manual swap, W58. Went well.
Rusted to the eye.
If I've got some footage, I'll lay some footage over the top of this, but that was a cool car. It was clean, but it rusted, and I'm not a panel beater, so I pulled that motor out, sent that car to scrap, and put the motor into a MX-83 Crusader, then swapped that for another Crusader, and put the Turbo 1UZ in. Somewhere in between there, I bought the Mitsubishi Challenger, which I've still got. That is an awesome car. And I've also got a couple of other cars, which one's going to come on the SKID factory soon.
The other one's not.
It's pretty. The other one may do.
The other one's
soon.
not.
Alan doesn't like it, but that's it for cars.
The Ibis is not.
The Ibis is a cool
not
car.
coming back.
The Ibis is great.
Take
Let me
it to
just
the
check
belt.
some questions here. Do all the Mad Cars you guys belong to customers, or have you built any to sell? Selling cars for us isn't really a thing.
All the cars that we've done so far are just mates of ours.
That's Adam MC5657. So far they've been friends cars.
Because it's pretty hard to convince people to do dumb shit that we do.
No,
if they're not your mates.
Alan is easy to convince people to do dumb shit.
I'm very good at it, I admit. But it's still dumb shit. So.
Selling cars is a tough one. It's hard for us to sell a car to someone and then for them to then sell it on for $10,000 more.
I sold the Patrol.
Like, what is a SKID factory car? Yeah, it's sold to
I sold the Patrol to a mate
it's
because I wanted to build a better one, which we're going to do this coming year. So that's happening.
There's a pun in there.
What?
Nothing.
There is too.
But no, we're not Discovery Channel, and we're not building.
So don't skip the ads.
We're not building $200,000. I don't know. I don't watch reality TV.
I don't either.
But no, we don't really sell the cars.
Next.
Where do you get the crimpers from? Try Googling. Google harder. They're easy to find. Are we relatives, Alan?
Hell no.
EWAT125. No, we're not relatives. We covered that before. Just friends. Oh man, there's so many questions. What was the favourite car you've owned? Well, we kind of covered that. I'd say that Crusader, Turbo 1UZ Crusader, is epic. Why is there not enough skids at the SKID factory, Alan? You can answer that one. Mitch, 1990.
I don't think I'd have to really elaborate on this, but a factory is to build things in, not to. You don't race your race car in the race car factory. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, you're an idiot.
This guy sent me a question in Russian. I can't read Russian, sorry. Drag week next year. That's a Benny question. Possibly.
Totally.
Funds permitting, yes.
I'm up for it.
Keen.
But I would like to stay married as well, so we'll see.
What happened to the Bedford? Quinn Doley, 85. Did Millsy take it down the quarter mile? No.
The Bedford is at Matt's house getting the doghouse built.
Matt still got it, yep.
If you've watched the Bedford, you'll know that nothing is easy on it and nothing's going to be quick. So once Matt's finished building the doghouse to cover the engine, Then we'll return to tidying up the other things, and my mate Anthony from Drover 4 Drive is going to rewire the car. So it is not finished. When it's finished, you will see it.
How many lemon squashes are consumed daily on average, Raindrop City? Lemon squashes...
Lemon squash is full of sugar, so you can't have too much of it.
Depends on what type of day it is too. If it's a hot day, sometimes they go down easier.
And if you're in the States, you can't have an open can of lemon squash in the car.
No, you're not allowed to. Apparently
So we found out.
We're not allowed to do that here either, but it's kind of a bit more
I don't know, I don't go anywhere.
relaxed. Thoughts on 1UZ VBTi? Great motor, can be turboed with some rods. Tune it well, otherwise you
spin
will
the
crack
bearings.
a ringland. If you're going to use early rods in a 1UZ VBTi, get the rods
Can I go
bore-honed.
here? They are a much better flowing engine than a normal 1UZ, but they're not as strong. So you will make more power with a VVTi engine because the heads are better and all that. But you could also just put 5 more pound into an old one and get up there as well.
Yeah. Any Toyota build coming in the future? Archie Boy 3. Yes, there is. Plenty of Toyota stuff. We all love Toyotas. What's
Is
the
it a
most?
Toyota?
Huh?
I suppose it's a Toyota.
There are heaps of Toyotas, man. You got one, I got one.
What Toyota have I got? Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that.
What's the most complicated build Allied has done? A86. Likewise was probably the most detailed build.
Yeah.
Complicated. Bedford? Pretty.
Painful.
Would you call that complicated though?
I don't know. No, not really. Just painful.
What software are you using to edit? Do you like it? I use a Canon 80D to shoot on. Heap of GoPros. I covered that in the workshop tour. I use Final Cut Pro on. I've got a Hackintosh computer, which is a hand-me-down from Marty. Great computer. Final Cut Pro is easy to use and very user-friendly.
And it doesn't crash all the time because it's not getting hacked by people.
Yeah, supposedly. You can use you can use iMovie. You can use any free software to use. If you like editing and you want to get into it, practice makes perfect. Get into it. It's awesome. It's an awesome thing to do. How to size a turbo or twins? Google it. Any plans on front-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive conversion? If so, can it be a Yaris or Corolla? We probably can cover that one day.
Yeah, I think we do have a plan, but I'll just say that it's a stupid idea. So I know people like stupid things, so we will probably do it. But as far as actually doing it because you think it's a practical idea, then it's not, so don't bother.
Are you ever going to build one of your personal cars? It's Big Lou. Yes, we are. That's coming up
Soon.
in the new year.
Very soon.
Money for us is the hardest thing.
Yeah, we have to pay for this stuff, so please donate.
Any 4x4 builds in the future?
Yes.
Jack Al Brett. Midnight Club Drift. Do you have a preferred metal supply you buy steam pipe, stainless and alloy from?
Not really. Just whoever's got good quality stuff.
When we're buying alloy bends, we just get it from our local store nearby.
I think they're actually Aeroflow bends that I use, but I
Yeah.
get them via Auto Pro local because he keeps it in stock, and when I want it, I just go and get it. So it's a lot easier than having to buy lots of stock. Stainless steel I get from Tube Sales. The nice stainless. You can get exhaust grade from just the exhaust supplier. None of it's relevant because if you don't live where I live, then it's not the same.
Daniel Meary, 1376. Have you ever twin charged diesel and turbocharger? Hey? Did we ever twin charge a diesel, super and turbocharger?
No, I've twin charged it with 2 turbos.
Someone asked before too, are you going to do a rear mount turbo?
No,
Why not?
because it's a shit idea.
What's your favourite engine of all time? JavaMan_JC.
Favourite engine?
Yeah.
Oh, there's too many.
What's the best and most frustrating parts of the custom builds you do? Madcap Magician.
Trying to work with people's budgets
Yeah.
as well as the cars and getting a good outcome with all of those things considered. There's no endless budgets and stuff, so we've got to work with what we've got, and that requires a lot of strategy, which you don't really see, but when things just sort of come together okay, that's because I've spent hundreds of hours thinking about it and researching and Googling.
Google is great. Al's a master at Google.
I am.
Although Google Maps doesn't agree with Al, I'll say that much.
Everything but Google Maps.
Are the Ford 5 litre Code is available to you in Australia. Jack Fling.
They are, and I'd love to get one.
Yeah, they're an
But
awesome engine.
they're only a fairly new engine here, so
And they're expensive over here
they're quite
too.
expensive. They're also massive, so they fit in nothing.
Yeah.
Except a Mustang and a Falcon.
What would be your dream build? Body and engine, Shelley Andrew 99. That's such a broad question, that
too
one.
broad.
It's everyone is like, everyone's got their own taste, everyone's got their own love for a car. Some people like Ferraris and Lamborghinis, some of us like old Toyota Crowns and 300 ZXs or something, I don't know. It's one of those things, everyone's got their own taste, so. Anything cool and fast as well.
For me,
like
I don't.
to drive.
It's more about the technical challenges of builds that interest me. So that's why I tend to do other people's cars and not my own, because I get a lot more of it that I can do. Like, I could never build all the cars that I get to build for other people, so that's why I do it for other people instead.
Oh, look, so many questions. Heaps of questions about Oldcock. Is he coming today? Do you know?
He said he might, but we'll see.
What's the average budget a person will come to you with an engine conversion? VDM fam.
Most of them, none. And then I just work with that no dollar figure and work something out.
Any bike builds going to feature on the show? Tom C 136.
Very possible.
Very soon.
Maybe not soon, but very possible.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was going to drop up today with a very, very special bike for me to have a look at that we were thinking about doing something with. But he hasn't confirmed yet, so I don't know whether he'll come or not. But
Giorgio 2007. What do you guys think about electric cars? I never had anything to do with them.
I honestly don't think about them at all.
I did training for the Nissan Leaf, I think it was, and that was pretty cool to do back.
But then they sold
two.
none.
Yeah. I don't know, something in the future.
It's the future, but for now we'll burn up some more oil, because that's what we like.
Daniel Mully asked, can I come work with you guys? Unfortunately, there isn't really much of a position here for anyone else.
I'm flat out getting Rodriguez to do any work, let alone someone else.
Yeah, so if you're good at doing nothing, maybe. No, I work hard. Come on, Al. How did you meet Marty and Blair? We covered that previously. Al's met Marty at a Subaru forum back in the day, I think it was. Man, I can just keep going on and on and on. Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Do you like old Volvos? AM Auto, question mark.
What about it? I don't work at AM Auto anymore.
Miles is still a good friend. Miles is a legend.
Miles runs it himself.
We keep in touch, of course.
And the reason why is because we make YouTube videos now, and I can't do that and work at AM Auto and make turbo kits for 86s and do all the other crap that I do. It was just a thing, so that's what I gave up. And here we are.
Yeah. There's a lot of repeated questions here. Rotary build?
Yeah, if someone's got a rotary car they want
One
to build,
day,
I'll be all over.
rotaries are very expensive.
I built a rotary engine underneath the house that I lived in 20 years ago. That was pretty cool, and it actually went afterwards, which was awesome. That was a 12A twin dizzy.
Riding dirt squirters over Chrissy, question mark.
I would be, but I'm
I also broke my bike.
slightly damaged at the moment.
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm not damaged, I will go and try and damage myself again.
Yeah. That's it for me. I'm just looking at my phone, scrolling through these questions. There's a lot of electric stuff, actually. People asking about that. Wild builds. People are mainly asking, will you work on my car? Will you put a Barrett into my Jag? What was the first car you ripped a skid in? The Gazelle, the S12. I'm sure I got footage of that somewhere. Hopefully I can put that up.
You know, I learnt to drive in my brother's VG Valiant Pacer, which is like
That's a cool car.
like a Dodge Dart, I suppose, in America.
What did you learn to drive in?
massive.
James the Penguin.
Yeah, it was like, I got your learners now, so my brother just like pulls up with his giant manual slant 6 Valiant and jumps in the passenger seat. Probably didn't have a handbrake, hill starts, all the stuff. That was cool. I wanted to rebuild that, but he was being a piker.
Actually, the first car I did a skid in was my brother's ST162 Toyota Celica.
Yeah, but that's front wheel drive.
3S GT front wheel drive, straight out of the Junga. Snapped second, and then I hit the brakes and realised it didn't stop as well as it took off and almost hit a car. That was exciting.
You're a worse driver than Aaron.
Yeah, we've got some friends rocking up now, so let's go check out some cars and show you what our friends drive.
You can only tolerate us talking crap so much, so Merry Christmas. Look after yourselves. Don't drive drunk or high lemon squash content. They've got lemon squash detectors now.
Hey mate.
Hey mate.
How you going? Is it 3K? 4K?
3K with a small can.
Okay. Hey Timmy, how you going?
Good, Woody, how are you, man?
What's the laptop for, mate? What's going on?
Just,
Tuning the carburetor.
Getting some up. Trip home.
What we call a Barry tune, or what?
Yeah, it's somewhat Barry. Yeah, it's sort of semi-Barry. Semi-Barry. So, yeah, just geeking out. I can't help myself.
That's not an SR20, is it?
No, we took that to the tip.
Took it to the dump.
Got a real motor in it.
Look at this, that's not lemon squash.
It's Mexican lemon squash. Straight from Mexico, brewed in the back of my house.
See you, bro. Thanks for coming, mate. Cheers. All the best. Sounds good. See you, mate. That's it from us here at the SKID factory. Thanks for watching. What did you say? 4K with a big cam?
4K with Lamborghini exhausts.